Good day, sir, and good day to all my friends. How are you today? I hope you are fine for today. Okay, now I will explain you about my seminar. But before it, let me introduce myself. My name is Agustina Purba. I'm from Group 1 atau saya penyaji pertama. Okay, now I will explain you about my seminar. Journal 1, the title, Improving Speaking Skill by Using Group Work Method. Okay, the conclusion that problem of teaching speaking could be solved by adopting and practicing the group work method. The teaching of speaking through group work play positive role in improving the academic achievement of students studying English. This can be seen from the result of the test which increased significantly. It happened because students are more actively involved in the learning process. Based on the result of study, it was found that there was improvement in study and students speaking achievement from test 1, test 2, and test 3. The interview sheet and the observation sheet also show the improvement that the students were more interested and motivated in speaking English. It means that there was an improvement of students speaking achievement through group work, not only the score, but also motivating the student to speaking English. Overall, they also got additional knowledge such as how to be a good listener and speakers, how students could develop their self-confidence and improve their performance. Okay, next, Journal 2. The title, the study of using group work in teaching speaking activity, a case study at grade Man 1 Padang. Okay, the conclusion is preparing the group work, the teacher had applied the activities of implementing group work, such as selecting the appropriate activities for students, plan and deciding the goal of work, determining the size of the group and the member of the group. It can be concluded that all the teachers have applied it not successfully. Categories activity in preparing the group work. Because of that, it can be categorized as a good prepare. Besides, there were also some teacher problem related to the implementing of group work. The problem included the teacher lack of knowledge and technique in teaching, deciding the group size, determining group member, deciding the time segment effectively, less attention to the student social relationship among the member of the group, and the teacher could not give effective motivate students to work well. Besides, there were also problems that were related to determine the kinds of group activity. Okay, next, Journal 3. The title, Group Work Activities from Improving Speaking Skill. The conclusion is discussion in the proper section. The researchers, as the teacher involved and the teaching learning process of speaking, eval presents the following important point. And the first, the teacher successfully implementing group work activity in teaching speaking to the third year student at SMA Negeri 2 Sikli. And the second, using group work activity is in his class, the teacher performance in teaching speaking class increased, and also in the process the students' performance at learning speaking increased as well. And the third, the result from the speaking test after the third cycle had achieved the success indicator target for the student. The student's mean score in the test result after the first cycle was 71, while the student's mean score in the test result after the third cycle was 81. Okay, next, Journal 4. The title, Teaching Speaking Skill Through Group Work Activities, a case study in SMK Damai Jaya. Okay, the conclusion is the finding, so this result with regard to issues in speaking activities among students in Form 2ES1 of SMK Damai Jaya. Some of the issues identified included the students' preferences of spoken language that hindered their participation in the class, their inability to practice the language outside the class, teacher inconsistencies in conducting speaking activity in class, and etc. The students' perspective with regard to the involvement in the oral group activity were identified, which include students' enthusiasm and motivation, contribution, sense of belong, as well as the importance of peers correction among group members. Also, there were a positive implication on the of group work activity, whereby the students saw improvements in their individual performance in speaking assessment. Besides, all the teachers from the interviews session agree with the use of group work in teaching speaking. According to them, it was more student-centered and effective in getting every student to be involved in the task. Okay, next. The title, My Seminar, the use of group work method in student speaking ability. Okay, A, the background scope of research and the first, language is communication. People can communicate with each other by using language. English is the first foreign language in Indonesia, which is important to transfer knowledge. English is very important and has many interrelationship with various aspects of a life on by human being. English is also, of course, a mother tongue for many people in the world, too, as well. See, such native speaker in increasingly outnumbered by people who have English as a second or third language and use it for international communication. Okay, next. The second, speaking is one of language skill should be mastered will be students because speaking is essential factor that influence one's activity in communication. Okay, next, B, identification of the problem. And the first, based on the background of the study, the researchers found some student problem in the use of group work method in student speaking ability. In addition, students have not interest in reading the descriptive test. Okay, see, limitation of the problem. The researcher is conducted in order to know the student speaking ability can be stated to analyze the student in conversation, the expression asking price and bargaining by using group or teamwork. Okay, next, D, formulation of the problem. And the first, the problem that is going to be discussed in this research is as follows. And the first, the result of the study is intended to give contribution in teaching English both theoretically and practically. Okay, next, A, purpose the use of group methods and student speaking ability. 5 points. And the first, initially, the teacher took 5 minutes to explain the activity to the whole class, and then 5 minutes to divide the student into group. And the second, the group utilized 20 minutes to discuss and develop the content of the delivery. Next, each group had 5 minutes each for delivery or presentation. Okay, next and the last, finally, the teacher documented the feedback in 10 minutes. Okay, next, the significance of research. 2 points, and the first, theoretically itu this research will give more understanding about the student speaking ability through group or teamwork, strategy in teaching and learning process, the importance and the application of related theories. Okay, next, and the second, particularly 3 points: the teacher, the reader, and the reader. Okay, next, review of related literature. Define of speaking. Speaking is interactive process of meaning construction that involves producing and receiving and processing information. B. Speaking ability. Speaking ability is the ability to express oneself in a life situation, or the ability to report act or situation in phrase word to express a sequence of ideas fluently. The next, C. Vocabulary. Vocabulary means list of words with their meaning. One cannot communicate effectively or express their idea about oral and written form if they not have severe vocabulary. D. Pronunciation. Pronunciation is the way for the student to produce the real language when they speak. Pronunciation is an essential aspect of learning to speak a foreign language if a student does not pronounce a word correctly. And selanjutnya, fluency. Fluency can be defined as the ability to speak fluently and amain. Fluency in speaking is the aim of many language learning. Of fluency include a reasonably fast speed of speaking and only a small number of pauses and errors or errors. Okay, teaching speaking. Speaking is one of the central elements of communication. The function are interactional and transactional. Therefore, teachers should be provide learners with opportunities for meaningful communicative behavior about relevant topic. Okay, next, some important points are applied in teaching speaking process. They are: the first, the element speaking. The element speaking. Element is connected speak. A speaker should not be able to produce the individual phonemes of English. And the second element is expressive device. A speaker should be able to undo as a what native speaker of English do. Okay, next element is lex and grammar. A speaker can make spontaneous speech by using a number of common lexical phrases, especially in the performance of certain language function. Okay, and the last element is negotiation of meaning. Okay, G. Group work. The first definition of group work. According to Damier and Marpihe, a group exists when two or more people define themselves as members of it when its existence is recognized by at least one another. And the second, advantages of group work. 4 points. And the first, group work generates interactive language. And the second, group work offers an embracing effective climate. And the third, group work promote learner responsibility and autonomy. And the last, group is a step toward individualizing instruction. Okay, and the third, disadvantages of group work. 5 points. A. The teacher is not longer in control of the class. B. Student will use their native language. Okay, next, students' error will be reinforced in small group. D. Teacher cannot monitor all group at once. And the last, some learners prefer to work alone. Okay, references. References, namely Gerard, Grimshaw, Hornby, Murcia, and the last Robin. Okay, until here my presentation about my seminar and journal. I say thank you and see you.